Hi everyone, so I can't believe I'm saying this, but Atlas is potty trained. I honestly wasn't expecting it to all happen so quickly. I kind of went into the whole potty training thing like I just wanted a gentle approach. I didn't want there to be any pressure, and I was kind of expecting it to take, you know, however long it took, weeks or whatever, and it took a day. It honestly took one day. I can't believe it. So Atlas turned 2 on the 28th of December, and on the 29th I just decided to give it a go. So we got him a potty for his birthday, and then that next day we just stayed indoors all day, no nappy on, and I was just there, you know, ready, waiting to catch the wee when it came. But what I found was, like, he didn't want to do it in front of me. Like, the only time he'd wee is when I'd like leave the room, and then he'd just like wee on the carpet, and I'd be like, oh, it's okay, that's fine. I was like, you can do it in here. And I also demonstrated, by the way, like, don't be afraid to get on that potty and to show them how it's done. So yeah, I did a wee on the potty and he was like, mummy, wee wee, and he was like, wow. And we went and flushed it away and everything. And yeah, so that whole day, I don't think we managed to get a single wee in the potty. And I kind of went to bed that night thinking, oh, you know, maybe he's just not ready. Like, maybe it's too soon. Like, he'd only just turned 2. And I was just like, oh, maybe we'll try it again later, because I don't want, like, to force this on him. But literally the next day, he woke up, took his nappy off, and then he just went and done a wee on the potty, and then, like, that was it. From then on, he just didn't wear a nappy anymore. He just done all his wees and poos on the potty, and I just couldn't believe it. It's like it took that first day for him to just, like, process it, and then he kind of knew, like, what to do, and then that was it. So I feel like I don't really know what to say with this video. Like, I want it to be really informative and helpful, but I don't really know what I did. Like, I guess he was just ready. I've actually got some questions to answer that people sent in on Instagram. And the first one is, how did you know he was ready? So he started telling me, like, he'd say, mummy, like, poo poo. So I was like, okay, he's kind of grasping the concept, like, he understands, like, what it is and what's happening. He also, like, whenever he would do, like, his wees or poos, like, I could always tell when it was, like, because he would go and hide. He'd, like, close the door and stuff like that. So, like, he wanted, like, his private time. So, like, I knew, all right, that's a signal he's doing that. So it was quite a good identifier for me for, like, when it came to, like, potty training. And also he really just took, like, a huge interest in toileting. Like, whenever we'd be using the toilet, he'd be, like, wanting to give us tissue and, like, help us flush and stuff like that. And he'd done, like, a few weeds on the toilet as well beforehand. So he was just really, like, he just was really interested in the whole concept of toileting. So, and also I had, like, conversations with my friend Lucy, who's on Instagram, and she shared with me her blog post about when her son River was ready, and, like, I was reading it and I was, like, nodding along with everything, like, yep, he's doing that, he's doing that. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to give it a go. I'm going to link Lucy's blog post below as well if anyone wants to go and check that out. That was really helpful to me, so thank you, Lucy, and thank you for being so supportive with all my questions all the time. So yeah, he was just ready, and, like, it was obvious because he's just taken to it so quickly. So yeah, those were, like, our sort of signals. What potty are you using? So I spent ages on Amazon. I was like, right, okay, I want to get, like, a really good one, and because it felt like a big thing, you know, like, going into potty training, I was like, it felt like a big deal to me. It was like this huge next step. So, you know, I really wanted to research and get the best potty and everything. I also actually wanted to get this one. It was like a compostable one that my friend Mamalina uses. It's made from, like, bamboo fibre, but they don't do it anymore, which is really frustrating. So I ended up just, in the end, I just got one from Tesco's, which was like £3, and it had Paw Patrol on, and he absolutely loved it. So yeah, in the end I didn't get any fancy one because all that goes in there is wees and poos. So I just got one, and it does the job. He loves it, so don't worry about spending too much money on really expensive potties. But if you want to, that's fine too. Absorbent pants or normal? Just normal pants. The thing I would say about pants is just don't use them straight away. Like, let them have a few days, just no nappy, so that they kind of, you know, they're getting the whole toileting thing. Because once you introduce pants, that's like a whole other thing of, like, having to learn to pull them up and down. So I'd just say don't do pants straight away, because you'll probably have a few more accidents with it. But when you do pants, you know, let them pick their own ones and stuff like that. Atlas loves his pants with all these different like things on that he loves. So yeah, we're just doing normal pants, because obviously with absorbent ones, like, I suppose it just eliminates like the accidents and stuff, you know. They'll still feel the wetness, but they won't like have to go for a massive change of clothes. But for me, I just kind of wanted him to understand, you know, oh, if he's wet we need to take our clothes off. So yeah, I suppose the absorbent pants are quite similar to cloth nappies, which we have anyway, so I just wanted a whole different step. So yeah, we've just got normal pants. Oh, what do you do when you're out? So this was something I was like, oh my god, what do I do? Like, because it's the middle of winter, so I was like, what if he like wheezes when we're out, and like then he's soaking wet and I have to change him in the cold? But we actually haven't had that issue when we've been out. So we'll always, like, before we go, we'll do like a wee before we go, and I found like when we're out he just hasn't needed to. Like if we're somewhere and there's like indoors like soft play and there's toilets, he'll go and do it there. But yeah, I just find that we haven't had an accident out at all. Like, it's been a month now and we've been going out all the time. So initially we just like stayed in for a bit, or we'd go to friends' houses, take the potty with us. And then I started doing like short little trips out to like parks and stuff like that. And you know, he just tells me now if he needs to go, we just go, we find a toilet. And we haven't had a situation where we've been like out like in the middle of nowhere. If that happens, I suppose we just do it by a tree or whatever. And I guess if he does a poo, then I'll just have to pick it up like dog poo. I guess I don't really know the etiquette. We've not had to experience that yet, because we tend to do it before and after when we get back. But yeah, out and about is fine. I don't have a portable potty. I didn't really know if I'd needed one, so I wanted to like go out first and see, and I just don't think we need one. He's fine with big toilets when we're out and stuff like that. There's loads of really cool portable potties you can get, but I just didn't feel like we needed one. So and when we live on the bus as well, we're going to have a toilet on the bus, so like if we need to pull over, he can just go do a wee there. Rewards or no rewards? No rewards. I didn't want there to have to be an incentive behind it. I wanted him to do it because he wanted to do it. I didn't want it to be like, okay, if you do this for me, then like, you know, I'll give you this. And so the incentive is he's just really proud. Like when he does it, it's like we just celebrate and it's like, yeah, well done, good job. But I didn't want it to have to be an exchange of, okay, you do your wee-wees and I'll give you this. If you do that, that's absolutely fine, whatever works for you. But no, we just didn't do rewards. We're just really positive about it, really celebrate. How do you encourage poo? Okay, so this woman says my little one will only do wees in the potty. This is quite a common thing, so don't worry. I've done a lot of research into it, because it was the same for Atlas. He didn't want to poo in the potty. It took him a while, and Atlas is quite a regular pooer. So like after a couple of days, I was like, oh, he hasn't pooed yet. Like what's up with that? So yeah, I would just say, just be really patient. It's going to come eventually. Obviously, where they are then holding their poo, the next time they come to poo, it's going to be quite painful for them. So I'd say just like lots of fibrous foods, lots of belly rubs and stuff like that. Lots of water. Make sure they're drinking lots of water. And I kind of just like, I knew for Atlas that he liked to be in private when he'd done his poo. So I would kind of just like leave the room and just like, you know, the potty would be there and I'd just kind of like leave him to it, and I'd kind of watch like through the crack of the door, and I could always tell like if he was doing a poo. Like they say as well with particularly active children, like they don't want to sit down for the time it takes for the poo to come out, so they tend to poo standing up. So like I would watch Atlas and I could tell like if he was doing a poo, like he'd be pushing down on the sofa. So like when I could see that it was like almost like coming out, I just kind of went in and like redirected him onto the potty and like was like, you know, it's okay, it's safe, you're fine. Because they say that they can get really scared because they're so used to like pooing up against a nappy. Like when they poo into the open, it's like they feel like they're losing a part of themselves. It's very interesting research. So yeah, I just reassured him, you know, it's fine, you're safe, mummy's here. And he did the poo in the potty and we celebrated, and yeah, he's kind of gotten over that fear now. You just got to be patient, it will come eventually. lots of like exercise as well. We did lots of like running, jumping around, stuff like that, anything to kind of encourage the poo to come out when it's been, you know, held up inside. So yeah, he's great now with his poos. He just goes and does it, and they're massive whoppers. Sorry, he's gonna be watching this back in like future time, be like, Mum, stop with the poo chat, it's embarrassing. But I'm just really proud. I'm really proud of him. So yeah, the poo does take a little bit longer, but it will come. So just try those things that I said. You know, give them some space, and you know, just lots of things to help with their gut, you know, all that kind of stuff. It will come eventually. If they are asking to have a nappy put on, then yeah, do that too if that works. Atlas actually did do that once, and I was like, oh no, it's okay, you can do it in here. And he like got really upset, so I was like, okay, I put the nappy on. He did the poo, I showed him the poo, put it in the toilet, and I was like, this is where it goes. And then I just, you know, cleaned him up and then didn't put a nappy back on after that. And then yeah, I kind of just waited and just was watching and stuff. You just got to dedicate some time to staying indoors. It will come eventually. The poo will come. Oh, we also found this really funny song on YouTube called I Need a Poo. I'll link it below, and we would put that on and we'd just dance around saying I need a poo. It's a really funny song. So yeah, it just encourages the poo to come out. Yes, what was the next question? Oh, before I answer this next one, I also want to say, like, Atlas has never had nappy rash, like, ever. We've always used, like, cloth or, like, biodegradables, like eco nappies, and he's never had nappy rash. But I noticed, like, he got 2 little, like, red rashes on, like, his cheeks, like, where he was sitting on the potty. This is quite common, by the way. It's, like, it's a potty training rash. It's just where their skin's not used to, like, you know, obviously sitting on the plastic and stuff like that. So their skin just needs to get used to it. So it will dry out a little bit. So you can put like coconut oil and stuff like that on. And like after 2 weeks, once they've got used to it, it will go away. So just in case you're like, oh my gosh, what's this rash? That can happen. So what is your biggest tips and advice? So I would just say, just don't put a nappy on. Just be indoors, let them be naked. If it goes on the floor, it goes on the floor. You know, we really actually haven't had accidents at all. Like, it was really that first day, and then since then it's just, he just knows where it goes, and that's where he wants to do it. He wants to do it. He's really proud when he does it. So yeah, just no nappy. Don't put the nappy on. It's got to go somewhere, and just stay in for a bit. Crack the heating up, because obviously it's quite cold at the minute. Yeah, and that's just all I can really offer. Like, I don't really know what else to say, because it was just really easy for us. And I'm really sorry if you're watching this video and you are struggling and it's not an easy process for you. I don't want this video to come across as like really like gloaty. It's not. I'm just a really proud parent. And hopefully some of the things I've said in this video will be helpful. And if you've got any questions for me, you can ask them below. I can try and help. But yeah, it's just been a really lovely, joyful experience. And I couldn't have really asked for it to go any better. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, any questions, get in touch either in the comments below or find me on Instagram. And we will see you again soon for our next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!